squabble on the Jungle Basin in the EU Craft Cup Light number 38. Thanks for joining us here. I'm MC Dustin. With me is Jim Rayner. And this is a regame between Avillo and Never Forget. We saw actually Avillo drop from the other game, and they decided to regame. So, let's go ahead and let you take it away, Jim.
All right. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Jungle Basin in the exact same place he was in the first game would be Avillo, the only American left in Craft Cup Light number 38. And in the top left-hand corner, as Red Zerg, spawn would be Never Forget, a player who gets very far in several Craft Cup events consistently. And so this should be a very good game. The first game looked like Avillo was ahead, but it still looked like a very good game, and it was pretty hard to say who was going to win at that point. We're noticing that Avillo is moving out with two SCVs and probably building a double barracks opening, or maybe not. It looked like that's what we were going to see. On the other hand, Avillo continues to build the one barracks. He's not doing any scouting whatsoever. Never Forget's first building, as in Game 1, is an extractor. Also, just like in Game 1, Never Forget is moving forward with a scouting drone. And once again, Avillo is opening with a double barracks at the top of his ramp. MC Duffs, I think we're seeing a replay of Game 1.
That's what it looks like to me too, Jim. It'll be interesting to see if we see the Banelings coming out and, the Baneling bust as before.
And as you so astutely counted, 20 Banelings altogether. Now, interesting this time, the Avillo's expansion attempts are being scouted, are being contested somewhat, as the drone does a lap around the natural expansion area. Never Forget, on the other hand, his spawning pool is just finished planting into the ground now. He builds a queen, and he also just began the Zergling speed upgrade. As soon as the spawning pool finished, Avillo moves right to the destructible rocks with a marine. The two barracks are each producing marines. Avillo already has 2 marines on the board and will have 2 more in short order. Avillo is waiting for the expansion by Never Forget with this SCV.
And it just looks like the same game as before, man. This is almost exactly what happened. Maybe,
the Overlord is off by like 2 millimeters. Well, the Overlord cannot spot Avillo expansion.
It was right here last time, yeah.
Well, no, it's missing it. Avillo's Overlord can't see it.
Oh, it can't see it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, in the previous game it could, and the reason it can't see it is Avillo has moved this handy-dandy Marine right in its way, and it looks like Never Forget is attempting to discover if there is an expansion.
And here come a bunch of Lings across the board, as well as taking up some of the Zelnaga Watchtower space. The P&J Zelnaga Watchtower.
And Never Forget, his expansion hatchery is about halfway to completion, living off of 1 extractor. The third barracks is being created to finish the wall-off process. Never Forget's Overlord, Never Forget still cannot tell whether or not Avillo has expanded. That Overlord's not in range. And now if we take a look at the unit counting station, we are almost 6 minutes into this game, and both players have about 23 worker units apiece. Never Forget is going to move forward with the Overlord and will spot the expansion the expansion orbital command. Avillo is living off of 2 refineries and getting a 3rd refinery, so this is going to be a gas-heavy build order. 3 barracks down for Avillo. And Avillo drops a scan down.
There's the Baneling nest.
Yep. Now this time, I will say this, Never Forget is drone heavy this time. He is producing more drones in minute 6 than he did in the previous game. And
oh my god! Look at all the buildings on this wall right here. That's insanity. That's some paranoia right there. Some Baneling paranoia.
A little tribute to Pink Floyd here.
That's right.
Avilo building the wall. And look at this, a fourth barracks.
Oh, man.
All right. Now, notice that now, a lair, much earlier in this game than in game 1. A lair for Never Forgets is about halfway to completion. And also notice that Never Forgets is mining off of 4 extractors, so Never Forgets is getting a ton of gas. 2 orbital commands for Avilo, 31 SCVs as compared with 37 drones for Never Forget. Speed Zerglings has completed. And the lair is about to complete. Let's see what happens right after we get the lair and the higher tech level for Zerg. Let's see what Never Forgets.
Spire goes down, and so does Baneling's speed upgrade.
Good point. So as soon as that lair was made, that's what it was made for: Spire and speed. And look at
more barracks, even more,
and 2 Banshees. No cloak upgrade. And at this point, Never Forget sits at 47 drones. Avilo has 10 less worker units at 37. The Spire is still about another 30 seconds to completion.
And there are Banshees being pumped out right now, coming from Avilo, 2 at a time.
And the Team Media Cafe clan would like to proudly announce that Drusdale has defeated Cyplo.
Ooh,
Cyplo,
crazy.
You know what? We've seen Drusdale go a long way. He's never won the Craft Cup before. I'm sure everybody that is in and around the Craft Cup would love to see him put together a big win here today.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Now, Never Forget's moving forward with a drone. Is he scouting or building
He's building an expansion over here to the right of the map. As we see these Banshees pushing forward, are they going to be able to spot this expansion as it goes down? Let's see if these Banshees... Oh, no! Will they continue up the ramp? I think they saw the drone. Yes, they will. And they will, stop this expansion from at least happening at the moment. As we see a bunch of Mutalisks coming across the field from Never Forget now.
5 of them to be exact. And another 4 here, so altogether 9. 10, actually. Yep. 10 come together, and these Banshees are dead.
That's right, Banshees...
Oh, look at that micro.
That was great.
That's Command and Conquer micro for you right there, folks.
And there are turrets going down in Avilo's base in reaction to all those Mutalisks he did see. And level 1 flyer attack upgrades going down, and level 1 Carapace armor is going down, or upgrade is going down for the ground units of Zerg as well.
And Avilo doesn't have any infantry upgrades. He has Stimpack researching it. Will be completed in 10 seconds. That'll be the first and only upgrade. And we're seeing what looks like some Zerg offense that is completely different from game 1. It looks like Never Forgets is going to go right after these rocks.
And that Baneling nest has become a ploy to cause a giant wall to be built.
Which wasn't necessary.
Yep.
No cloak for these Banshees. They're very vulnerable.
And there is an expansion going down for Never Forget that was spotted by Avilo, but Avilo cannot do anything about it because his attention needs to be required at his base from the aggression from these Mutalisks and Zerglings. It looks like we've got some Banelings morphing here. Going to try to take out the rest of this rock wall, and once that goes down, these Marines are in trouble. That wall's going to fall, and there it goes. Here come the Banelings. Here come the Zerglings.
Oh, way too late. Way too late.
Oh, no. Are those Banelings going to be able to make it? And there goes half of the Marines in Avilo's army.
Well, the problem is we've got, like, these 60 Mutalisks are going to be tough for Avilo to deal with. Let's see if he can shoot them away with his Marine.
When he takes out the expansion bay, the only tech lab that was actually giving an upgrade, a current upgrade for the Marines.
The Stimpack did get researched before he took it out, though.
That's right.
So Avilo research was successful. The third base for Never Forgets is now up, so Never Forgets performed some good offense there.
And look at this creep spread, man. Great job.
And now, at this point, Avilo sits with 56 SCVs mining from 2 bases. off of 4 refineries. On the other hand, Never Forgets has got 50 drones mining off of 3 bases.
Oh, and these drop ships are going to go down. What is going on? Never Forget.
Missed it.
Yep, he did. And he sends in the Zerglings to take the fire for these Mutalisks.
And these dropships are in big trouble.
That's for sure.
So Never Forget has got 14 Mutalisks, and right now Avilo sits with 15 Marines. I think Avilo's anti-air is dangerously low. If Never Forgets elects to build another 10 Mutalisks, Avilo will have all kinds of problems dealing with them. In any event, we're seeing spine crawlers going up in the middle of Never Forget's main base. We notice the Mutalisks are at +1 attack, +0 armor. We notice the... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just about to, there is level 1 melee attack going down right now, being upgraded, and we do have level 1 armor, or carapace, for the ground units of Zerg, anyway.
That's correct.
And Burrow, interestingly enough, as well as an infestation pit.
So we're finally going to see some Tier 3 Zerg play.
And another expansion to go down.
And notice Never Forget is now mining off of 6 extractors, so not only is Never Forget going to go to Tier 3, he's going to have the gas to spend all the requirements of Tier 3.
And here we go. Zerglings and Banelings and Mutalisks moving in. Going right after these Marines. And it looks like those Marines are going to kite them into the tanks. And those
really?
Banelings, great micro there.
But look at all these Mutalisks are going to be big-time trouble for these Marines. Let's see what happens. If he takes out the... No, he will successfully take away the offense of the Mutalisks. There are 17 of them, though, and they'll be able to pick off turrets pretty easily. Is he going to do that?
Oh, and look at this. Avilo is pushing forward, trying to take out Never Forget's new expansion over here. Sieges up his tanks! And these Zerglings are in for a treat here by a bunch of bullets greeting them as they come up the ramp. And it looks like that expansion will go down. And these drones are in a lot of trouble now. And at the same time, Never Forget pushing in onto this planetary fortress expansion in the middle of the map for Avilo. Great attack here from both these players, but I think Avilo's was just a little bit greater.
You know what? It's worker count, man. 51 workers for Avilo, 39 workers for Never Forget. We really got to say that Avilo took the lead with that base trade type of move.
And Burrow is finished, and with that being said, we also see infestors coming out onto the field for Never Forget, and we know that those infestors will be able to pop out infested Terran while they are burrowed. And they will also be able to automatically move around with that burrow being researched. We see level 2 flyer attack upgrades going down for the Mutalisks as these Mutalisks try to do a poke on this mineral line, and it looks like one turret will start to take them out.
Oh, and that main base is down to 400 health, but he's going to have to back off. Really nice defense by Avilo. We're 19 minutes into this game. Avilo's got 11 more worker units than Never Forget. Never Forget's going to have to pull off something really amazing because both players have the same number of bases. Avilo's got a pretty big economic advantage. We'll see what Tier 3 tricks Never Forget has up his sleeve over the next 5 minutes or so.
That's for sure.
Now notice as well, the Zerglings are now at +1 attack, +1 carapace, so that upgrade you mentioned has completed. The infestors, one has 85 energy, the other one, both have 85 energy. So I think he might wait until they both hit 100 energy before moving in. And
we do not see a Hive as of yet. There's only the Lair Tech. And hopefully we can see some Broodlords coming out from this if Avilo's going to be able to bring this into a longer game here. Looks like Never Forget's getting ready to do something here, though, Jim.
Yeah, as soon as the infestors hit 100 energy, I think he's going to move in. Nope, they're at 100.